Back to do the point.
So you see how I'm keeping it at the edge of the anvil and I'm bracing it against my hip?
Right. There's my point. Okay.
So I'll flatten it down. It takes a while to work it back into itself. And it likes to bend towards you because that's your dominant thing. So you keep, the steel will go wherever you tell it to.
Oh, knife shape.
You got it.
So when it starts to get black, you don't put as much energy into it. But I've got it tapered in thickness and in width. Okay? I'm going to thin it a little bit in thickness some more.
Right.
But I'm trying not to create a cold shut on the end. Which it's good, you know. I can draw that for you.
Actually, I should have kept that hammer out.
Because here's, I'm going to use the peen.
Draw it out.
Draw it sideways a little bit. So I start in the middle, work out toward the edge.
Oh, okay, so I did it the other way.
It's real hard to do that way. I always start in the middle. I'm trying not to hit the tip because it's black.
So you can see the blows now as it cools. But you can see how much thinner it's getting out here. Okay?
I'm just keeping it flat so it's parallel back here.
Then I'm going to do more work on the blade as it cools. I'm going to come back here and put a neck in for a fuller back there. Refocus here on what I'm doing. I'm using my nasty hammer because I'm cutting through a thin piece of metal.
Yeah,
I'm going to aim the other way for you. So I'm trying to make my point
point's relatively in line with the rest of the parent bar. And yeah, I could flip it, but I don't really bother.
Now you like the round curve on the face of your
It's a lot more efficient. I've used both. I mean, this one's straight. The round one works a lot better because it's only contacting at one point. So I just grab it, break it off. Now I'll clean up the end of this bar a little bit.
just so it's nice and pretty.
Yep.
Today I'm not doing so good at it. That's the tongue clip.
Yep.
That's okay. It did its function. And this tang is way bigger than it used to be. I need about half of that material.
But you see how thick it is right now?
Right.
It's thicker than the parent bar just because I'm squishing it down so much. So to fight that, you can use I can reach for a different hammer, or I can use the edge of the anvil here.
Swedging it up. Basically.
So there, it's thinned it right down because you're concentrating, even though it was cold, you know, it's getting dark there.
Right.
You can concentrate your force on one line and make it move. So there. If I wanted to, I could go over here.
Yeah, I want to see that. Holy Nikes!
So, can you see how thin that got?
That looks worse phenomenal.
Yep.
That's a half an hour beating right there.
That's one of the main reasons I use it for. These dies are almost always on it. Okay? So that did my quick, I mean I can cut 2 inches of this off and I'll still have enough tang. Okay? Yep. So I'm keeping the blade off, so I'm trying to maintain my little neck down shoulder there. And it's getting a little twisted and a little funky, but it's alright. Just move the metal. Don't let it get too out of whack. And you keep looking at it. So if you can grab it from one side, so I can sight down the spine, which is all out of whack right now. It's all bent, crooked, cockeyed, twisted. You can also look at the edge, same thing. You can actually learn a lot more by looking at it from the front and looking backwards. So there's 4 ways you can look at it to check for straightness.
Now why is looking, because of
A little bit.
now you have to anneal this
Well, yes and no.
to, is that right? That you want to anneal it because it'll tend to walk with less when you heat treat it?
Yep.
Is that true?
So now the blade looks good. I've got a little kink right here in the tang, which would grind out, but I'm going to straighten it. From the other view, it looks pretty good. So it shouldn't take a lot of ass in there to straighten it up. Tang's up. So, reasonably straight, both directions. If I flip it, I can look at it from the front, so I'm cheating. But I'm relatively happy with that. So I get my magnet. This is not my favorite magnet, it's a little strong. But back here it's not magnetic. Right there it's magnetic again. Up here is magnetic.
Barely red.
Here in the middle it's not sticking, this area. Fluorescent's the worst. I should have turned the fan on earlier, but it's noisy. So it's still got a little bit of glow in there, but I'm just going to let it soak. And this is the first quench, so you probably see a little bit of flame on it. Don't be surprised, don't panic, it's not a big deal. So I quenched the whole thing, and I interrupted it. Now let all the color go out before I dip it.
You like automatic transmission fluid?
I do, just because I know it's clean. I mean, as far as stuff goes, I know exactly how it performs. It doesn't flash up real bad. Lasts a long time. It's not used oil. It's not full of any lead or tin or bismuth or anything else that could be any used fluid. You know, wear products.
Those are just a health hazard?
Everything's a health hazard. So you got to be careful when you're heating this side because my torch is actually blowing heat across the edge.
Would it make sense to switch hands?
Well, or I could incline it this way, but then Eric can't see.
Right.
So I'm just fast. So I don't mind getting the tip to a brief purple. You know, it's time and temperature when you're doing it with the torch. This really isn't the same. So you can see we were able to forge it pretty close to being flat. Doesn't take much to clean up. just to get you an idea of
No, I see.
strength. Okay, so if you want to cheat, and that was quick and dirty. It would actually be a lot better if I did it in the toaster oven. Just watch yourself if you fall back. Okay,
Yeah.
That's why I'm very wary of it. I make sure nobody's over there because that's where the shards would go if it shatters. All right, so
Okay, where's Archimedes?
it took a little bit of a set doing that. Didn't break, okay, but like I said, it still is. But I mean, as far as production knives, shit's this thick, you know, that you buy. It's just way thicker than anybody needs. So all you need is a little skinny blade.